All right. Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. My name is Christopher, and I'm going to go over my contact app.net and how to share your contact information. I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, how do I share my contact information? And what exactly am I trying to share? Am I trying to exchange? Like, And a lot of us really haven't put too much thought into this. I've spoken to a lot of people that have put a lot of thought into this, but most people just do it instinctively. They go with the fad or the times, what's available, and feel their desires. I remember growing up with just a phone on the wall, and that was cool. But I also remember with a beeper, and I remember growing up with a smartphone, and I remember growing up with a cell phone, and then I remember the house phone going away, and now we just have cell phones. And then I remember, people always gave out their home phone number. Then people always gave out their email. Then people always gave out their cell phone. Then people start always giving out their social media handles. Then what? Now what? Oh, well, I guess a lot of people think about a list of their social media handles, a digital business card, online hub, if you will, like an address hub for them where they basically have their internet address hub. So people can go there and they can find whatever information they want. So a lot of people will give out their hub information. Okay, all right. So that's kind of like the evolution of what we would share. And of course, along the way, you have different things on a real like physical business card. But I'm talking about like a quick, hey, what's your number, or let's connect, whatever it might be. All right. Okay, so that's the evolution of the digital business card up to, or excuse me, the evolution of exchanging information for me. Now, I have to ask myself, why am I doing this? Back then it was, I'm growing up and I'm meeting friends, and it was like, hey, you're cool, I want to hang out. Oh, there's a party here, and I had no problem like just calling them. It was okay. That was our only option. Now it seems that a lot of people don't want to give out their phone number because they're so busy socializing that they don't really have their own space. So by not really giving out their phone number to all of their social buddies, they can continue to have a sense of privacy. So it's funny because as much as we share, we still want a sense of privacy and control. But make no mistake, a lot of people will give out their phone number, and eventually it goes from here's my social handle to okay, you're not a stalker, you're cool. Hey, call me, and you do a direct message and you give them your phone number, and and that they add you to the phone, right? Because you want them to save your information. That's really what it boils down to. Is at some point you kind of want to cut out the middleman and say, hey, it's cool connecting with you online, through the social media handles and stuff. I really like that interacting in that way, but let's have a direct interaction. And that's why they came out with direct messages through the social platform, because they don't want you to leave. However, it's still on their platform. It's still somebody intercepting your information. It's still reliant upon remaining on that platform. So what happens if you leave or the other person leaves? Now you don't have that direct connection. And I think we know this. Subconsciously, we try to take a step to prevent a breakup. Some of us do. When we say, hey, you're cool, what's your number? Because we know that they may leave social media, you may leave whatever, they may not respond. It's just like not a direct call. So I believe that subconsciously we all kind of know that. Now it's time to pull that out of the depths of our brain and put it right on the frontal lobe, right on your forehead, and make it happen. Hang on a second. I'm doing a YouTube live thing right now, so that's okay. Everyone's hearing you. That's fine. My mother had major surgery And, everyone's working from home, right? So that's just what it is. But my mother had major surgery, almost died, and so yeah, she needs someone to help her out, take care of her. So spending more time over here to help her out. That's just the way it is. Got to take care of each other. So back to this evolution of exchange information to the card, etc. So now let me see. She threw me off a little bit. Okay, so now we have reached the point of we kind of don't want to give out our information because we want this private space still subconsciously. He said, bring it to the frontal lobe. All right, you need to address the fact that we do want privacy, and we have to then take action for it. We can't wait for the privacy goddess to jump up and do something, twitch your nose like Samantha Bewitched or whatever. Can't wait for SpongeBob and Sandy to have some crazy fairy tale, whatever you want to say, right? We just can't wait. Put it on your frontal lobe, right there on your forehead, and say, hey, I actually do care about my privacy. I actually do care about the information that people have about me. I actually do, want to control the narrative, the conversation a bit when it comes to me. Present people with the image that you want them to see. You don't show up on the job interview, like hungover, just tired, or, because you don't want that to be the image that they get of you, especially the first one. Life happens. You're working there 3 years, you just had a baby or something, you've been up late, whatever, tragedy. Life happens. But on the job interview, you really don't want life to happen, So every time we're meeting someone, it's like a job interview. And you realize that as we get older, we realize that more. And so we behave a little bit differently. Teenagers are not necessarily going to dress up. They'd be like, oh, I look good. I'm all right. Good. It's fine. But they actually do care. They do want the job. And, they have some counsel in their corner. They probably will end up changing their clothes. So, or at least their behavior to try and make up for the lack of clothes because they don't want to change their clothes. So you got to compensate. And here, it's time to realize, look, we exchange information all the time. We exchange phone numbers all the time. Let's stop being uncomfortable and letting society kind of drag us along, or the big corporations kind of, implant suggestions through advertising, of course, with how we should share. But I don't fault them for that. They're presenting us with the available options. That's what they're doing. But I kind of mention that because people buy stuff every day. It's funny, right? So they're sold things, they buy things, yet people don't want to be sold. It's ironic. That's just the thing. All right. So now you have to realize, look, it's important that I control the narrative, how people exchange information with me and the information that people have. That's just a fact. All right. So please. And when you shift, a couple of things might happen. You might get a little uncomfortable, but once you settle in, you're gonna be like, that's good. It's like in band when you're tossing and turning, when you find that sweet spot. And I believe for the last few years in this space, people have been kind of tossing and turning, not knowing. Who knows? We know the Android, iOS war, Windows, BlackBerry. Who knew what was going to happen? So people tossing and turning, but a couple of things have kind of settled, and it's comfortable. And that's what we're going to talk about. The big thing is contacts, your address book. Every phone made sure that you had an address book, and the new ones make sure that the address book is available online. You can upload, download, and they finally agreed on a file, VCF file, that is a universal contact file that you can fill out information, and then goes into a VCF file, and then someone can save it to their phone or to their Outlook, or programs like that. That's where we're at, and that's the reality. Now, let's face that. It's not just like, oh, here's my number, write it down. No, okay, we know that we're past that. Somehow we kind of skipped over this, or maybe it hasn't evolved yet, the value of the contact book in your phone. And we've used social media as a contact book. We know that can't happen. And you know this subconsciously. That's why at some point you're like, hey, man, give me your number. Hi, Barbara. You mind if we just connect offline and we can discuss this over lunch? Like, come on. It happens, man. So just admit it to yourself. It's almost like being a smoker. You know, for me, I had a tragedy. One of my friends passed away many years ago, and at the funeral, everyone was smoking, so I started smoking. Just like life sucks. You know, so and, that day was just a long day, right? And I kind of got this attitude, like, you know what, you live so good and righteous, or try to be, and everything else, and then you just die suddenly in a car accident. What's the point of life? What's the point? Like, it's just sucks. So I drove around in my car with the no smoking sign, no smoking. But since that funeral, I have struggled with smoking because it didn't really hit me as a problem that this thing is like a problem. But so we all know that. One, I drove around with the no smoking sign, right? So we all had a phone book. We wrote down names and addresses and stuff. But it is things happen. Things change. They evolve. Situations occur. Experiences occur, and you just kind of wake up one day and it's like, oh, this is what I'm doing. And for me, I woke up one day and it's like, wait, I do. Someone told me, why don't you just admit you're a smoker? Because I would only smoke when someone I was dating would smoke, or somebody get in the car and wanted to smoke, or something like that. I'd be like, well, you got to give me one, because I didn't want to smell it. And one day somebody was like, just admit it. And I had to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm a smoker. And so I've been fighting it ever since, working to stop. And I had to stop. I didn't start. I didn't stop. So, but I know it's important. And taking that into your contacts, like, we've always shared information, always shared our contacts. And for some reason, it's like you didn't realize how long of a connection that contact could hold when it becomes digital. When it's written in a phone book, we might lose our address book, something like that, and they don't call you, right? So this is done. But then it's digital. Well, I'm going to wrap up the smoking connection here and just go straight into this. But let me explain to you. When you smoke cigarettes, you don't realize how bad it is for you. You're just doing it. And one day you wake up and have cancer. So when you're living in a digital age and you're not digital, you don't realize how bad it is for you. You just don't. You think you're living like digital. Oh, I don't smoke that much, right? Oh, I'm safe. I have a couple of websites. I give people my contact info, but you're not really living in a digital age. You're gonna wake up and be like, what just happened? I lost the opportunity to really position myself in a way that I wanted to be seen. And what I'm saying here is, by making a contact card, by having a uh, internet address hub where people can go there and see your information, you take control of that. And the more that we are connected to the digital world, reality, the physical world, the more value that will hold for you when you accept it as a fact and a reality, and you make it a home. Because you don't want to just like get a digital business card somewhere. You don't want to do that. You want to get a place where people can go there and they can see that you're there all the time. And it can't be social media, because they're in control of that. So that's what my contact is. My contact app, excuse me, is. It's a place where you can contact me. It's my contact app, application, web app, progressive web app. It's my contact app. And on there, you'll find whatever you need to know to get a hold of me if I want to be found. And I can control that narrative. And my objective is to get you to save it to your contacts. The reason is, we're in the digital age. People don't delete their contacts really. And your phone and online storage can contain thousands of contacts, more than most of us are going to use, even if we downloaded every business that we love and every person that we met. All right. So that's the part that people are missing. But these companies are getting it. Why do you think every social media asks, connect your contacts? Why do you think PayPal asks, hey, can we connect your contacts? Why do you think? This is why. Because they know that there's value in the contacts, and they want to capitalize on that. It's really as simple as that. You should want to capitalize on it too. So if you had a choice of having your information on someone's let's say someone's home screen. Like here, I'll show you my home screen, just so there's no confusion. Hey, I'm gonna share my screen. So this is my home screen on my phone. Okay. Let's say you are one of these people here. Is that where you want to be? Like one of those faces? Is that where you like to be, or would you like to be? And guess what ends up happening? It goes, that's right, into a folder. It's got to go. It's just too many things, and it's got to go away. So where do you want to be? Contacts? These things don't go away. Or on the home screen. I want to be in the contacts. And that's the new thing that you really have to accept. And once we do that, we can have a whole nother conversation. Now, I'm not saying to ignore the other things. No. I'm saying master the contacts. Look at here. Look at what's in here. If you can learn, like I said, people don't delete this stuff, right? So if you can learn to make all of this is all searchable in their phone. As people go in their phone and they search for stuff, this all like gets it all gets crawled, but another term is it all gets looked at by the computer to see if what you're searching is here. If you can make this something that is of value to the person that has that card in their phone, your money. And if you can, add some words somehow, where they're going to find you more frequently as they search through their phone, it'll pull up your information just in the list. So if I type pizza, right, it just starts pulling up. Oh, it'll start pulling up that stuff, but other things. So that's what I want you to really to totally grasp where you want to be. Okay, so we got that. Now the thing is, my contact app is a tool to help you achieve the connection between online and offline. So this right here, we help. This is, if you gotta have a good contact, it's gotta connect people to your information online. They don't need to download the app to be able to find your current information. If they have your contact card and they have your home here, where it says website, if you can put, my internet contact address hub. That's what they need. Okay, they need my internet address hub, which is Micah. Right? If they can get your Micah, okay, they can always find out what they need to. And if the relationship is valuable, they will go ahead and do what needs to be done to reach out to you. What they'll do is go to your contact. They'll call you. It'll be like, do. Phone number don't work anymore. Like, huh. And then they can open it up and look at your information, and then it'll say Micah or my internet contact address up, or my homepage, whatever you want to say. And they'll be like, oh, let me click there, because they're gonna know they've been there before, but also it's gonna have description. They're gonna click there, they're gonna go there, and they're gonna see the last time that you updated your information. So here's mine. And they're going to see this, and they're going to be like, oh, okay. If they scroll down, they'll see last updated. You'll be like, all right, you probably just got a new number. Let me get it. And then that's it. You connect it. We believe it's good because of other features that we're not going to go into now, simply for the sake of time, but so many things. So I like to include what I right. So wake up in the morning or anytime, and I can listen to this YouTube videos embedded in there. So right here on my mic, I love it. You know, I'm involved in real estate education company, so I can send people to my mic. Like, here, just click on real estate education. It'll really help you out. And boom, they can click on there, and it does what needs to happen. I have the Bible here because, like I said, I like to strengthen myself, and then videos I want people to see, etc. So, and this here I change all the time. These social areas I change it up, and people can scan the QR code. I mean, you see it, right? Now, I love the fact that it also has, we can look over here. Anybody I know here? Oh, here we're gonna look at QRPOP, and there it is, QRPOP. Which you got to ask yourself, those QR codes, what can we do with them? They're everywhere. How can I take advantage of that? How can this feed right into my newfound understanding and belief that being in the contacts is extremely valuable. Getting my information shared is extremely valuable. Having a place online is extremely valuable. How can I tie into everyone having their cell phone? When everyone had a beeper, you tied in by getting a beeper. That's what happened, right? Because you wanted to be reachable also. Well, when you have a mica, everyone is going to want a mica like you too. It's slowly catching on. Digital business cards are catching on, but what people are realizing when they're leaving these social media platforms is, I need space of my own, so I can be lost, still connected. Well, that's what this is about. But you can use any space you want, and the QR codes will help you send people to that space because that space is going to be located online. When someone downloads your content, they're going to retrieve it most likely from a source online, a server online. All the URL. It's all about the URL. This is a URL. URL is this, the web address. That's what we do. That's what we do all the time. Look, YouTube web address, everything is a web address. So now you understand this new brave world. You're still sharing your contact information, but now it's a little bit different. You don't give someone a business card, and if you do, you're still sending them to multiple places online. You need to send them to one and let them click from there. Because if they go to multiple, they're going to have to keep typing in multiple places, going to multiple things. If you give them a digital format with multiple things, tap, click, that they're going to hop around at that point, which is a reason people may search your name and then just click, click, click on whatever comes up because it's all right there. Well, you need to control that. It's time, all right there. Okay. Now, how do you get people right there? That's the thing that's been missing. And I'm gonna show you, just so you know, I'm not biased. I am not biased. I use other digital business cards and I show other digital business cards. I am not biased at all. Come on, somebody open up here. I'm trying to tap on one, it's not opening up. But there's a lot. I have a lot. Look at this. I don't know what's gonna show up exactly on all these, but there are some nice and the reason I'm trying to do this real quick is because I want you to see. And oh, of course, just as it came up. Here. Yay. All right. Digital business card. I was just totally goofing off with it, right? But use whatever. There's lots of them out there. Lots of them. What else I got? Some of them are apps. Some of them are just like web apps. They're all different countries. It doesn't matter. But what has to change is your mentality. Your mentality. Look, $49 for a social dot, which is an NFC sticker. All right, and they give you this profile. There's lots out there. So see, you can share your profile, and that's it. It's the name, a little info, and so look, isn't that nice? And that's one way to share. So that takes right to you can share NFC. That's an NFC sticker right there. That's what they're doing. those social icons. But here's my question to you: is that your home? What you're sharing to people is a link. That's what you're doing. They open it up. Is it, save it to their home screen, or maybe there's an add contact thing there. You can see, and they're not the only ones. There are lots of others. None of these want to come up for me now, huh? But the thing that you have to again ask yourself is this my home? So let's go. There's so many. I could go through this. I don't want to get too sidetracked. There are some really nice looking ones, but there's just for the record, my contact app is updating to the newest technology. You're gonna love it. It'll be done in about 11 months, and you will love it. Now, it doesn't matter. You saw those. You pick one. It doesn't matter who you use. My contact app, whatever. They're all Micah's, my internet contact address hub. We're just the first to dub it that name. Now, you have one of those digital business cards, you have a website, you have a menu, you have product information, you have whatever. You create a way for them to receive that information. We do it in print media, etc., right? Videos, you put a phone number up, a video maybe with a QR code, people can scan it. Lots of ways. But you saw there in that social, that's NFC. It's so fast. Let's go back. There's a lot of them, and there's good. There's a lot of good ones. Oh, where's it at? Getting too much into my business here. Let's see. Nope. Okay, I want to avoid doing that. I'm gonna go back here because I do want to take a look at that again, because I want to break it down for you how cool and simple it is. And they're not the only that nice video like that. See, that's fast, right? I don't know if they sped it up. So you have to ask yourself, yeah, what am I looking for? Speed? Come on, probably not a fast one. However, and I say, however, so they open it. So now what? What are you going to do? Again, it's at your home. But here's another one. What if they don't have that ability? See, that's an iPhone at the bottom. That's an iPhone. But at the top, you see it says Samsung. So the Samsungs, you actually have to turn on NFC. You see that? I actually have to turn it on. So this scenario, this person, the Samsung, they don't have to have it on or off because they're the ones sharing. But if things were reversed, that iPhone, man, he's going to try and hold this thing up, and the Samsung guy going to be like, oh, I got to turn it on. Do I have it? I don't know. So that can create a little problem and a hiccup. It's not as smooth. iPhone to iPhone is smooth, or as you see, the sticker to the iPhone. But the problem is not all iPhones even do. Most do. But there are some that don't. And when it doesn't happen, you're like, and then you start doing what I call phone fondling, and you're rubbing all on the phone trying to get it to work and such. So that's a really fast way, but that's a problem. It doesn't work. And what most people and listen, I don't go too into show everybody. So, we'll leave it there. Let's just say most have. Oh no, I'll do this. Why not? Because no, hang on. I think that's it. Yay. So here's one a lot of people like. Okay, check it out. They have a card and they have nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Except I don't want to carry my card in me. I carry my phone. All right, so that's why I like this person. I'm not giving that card to anybody. So, and that card is NFC enabled card. So if it doesn't work, then you can say, "Oh, open a QR code." So that's a great thing. All right, the social sharing thing right here that they're giving you. This is that going to be your home? because when you're sharing it and you give people your contact information, you need to make sure, listen, they do not delete their contacts. So you need to make sure that the website that you put in their contacts is your home. Your phone number can change, it can get gangster. You know, these phone companies, they do stuff. But the website is yours. You buy the domain, you can buy a domain and redirect that domain. I have chriscollinssenior.com and it redirects to my contactapp.net and the profile. But then you own the domain and you put it in the contacts. People are not going to delete their contacts. Trust me, I got like 20 dead people. God rest their soul in my contacts. So this is a way, and you know, this, and another thing is they'll have on the app here, they'll have excuse me, a QR code, much like my mic. So they'll have a QR code, people can tap or scan. All right, that's great. So now moving through this, you've realized you have to do it. You got to spend some time. You're going to have to learn. Does your phone have the NFC QR code? All these things are cool. Yay. But what good is having a car if you don't know how to drive? Okay. Take the second. Find a home. Find compare contact card builders. We have the best by far. It can do so many customized things, and not all VCF files play nicely. If you make it in an iOS and you share it to an Android, some fields may not show up, but with ours it does. Your voice is heard no matter which way. Now, if someone uses that tap, right? That's what this is. So, what happens when they go to tap and it doesn't work? Whether you can use the card, or you can open the app and say scan. Personally, I love the QRPOP because it's a sticker and it can go anywhere and it's pretty. It's like it's solid and you can clean it, wash it, and everything. So a restaurant can put it on their table and have the menu show up when someone taps or scans. A store can have it there for their contact information. Someone can download. You can have, you know, daily deals that people tap or scan. Sign up for your text marketing club or email club. Like all that can happen right there, and they tap and scan. And that QR code here, it can be printed. You have access to that online. You can save it and print it, and you know, download it and print it, and you can put it on your literature, or you can blow it up and put it in your place of business. Like there's so many uses for this. As a person, you can share your social, your phone number, your nothing, just, you know, whatever. You don't have to let anyone drag you in any direction. You have to decide, what do you want? First, find your home, and then what do you want to share in people's contacts? Make sure you share your home. Don't just share a website. That may be gone. Trust me, I've seen it. Okay, it's gone. Find a home, move there, and then when you move, you get a forwarding address. All right, that's what you need to do. Now, what we have done is take the NFC and the QR code and put it together in one sticker. You don't. It's all one sticker. So that kills that possibly embarrassing situation where someone goes to tap and it doesn't work. Oh, so what? Because the QR code is everywhere. All right, combining the two is time. Now, what if one of these things? Then what? And then we use the phone number. See, everyone knows about a phone number. So let's take a look. We're gonna go watch a video or two on QRPOP, and here on the social contact card number. Let's see. Oh, see there? Look at the search. It's good, man. It's good. There it is. So this is about the phone. Everyone has it. But the phone number, we're not taking advantage of fully. So we have a social contact card number that is programmable. When someone calls it, they can leave a message. They can select from multiple options, you know, press 2 for this, 5 for that. They can be transferred to someone, and they can receive a text message. We have it programmed so they receive the text message as soon as they call. And that message is whatever you want it to be. I use mine saying, hey, you know, I don't answer calls, I don't know, so leave your contact information, or, you know, I'm sending you a text right now, add yourself to my address book, and then give me a call back, or I'll reach out to you. And they click it, and when they click it, the form comes up, and they add themselves to my address book. It's really, really smooth and simple, something that everyone should do. And so let's take a look at the value of your digital identity, because that's one thing that we're talking about: offline, online, how to connect it and how to share it. Right? You can share with the Apple Drop and all that, but I don't have Apple, AirDrop. And, you can just share the phone number, but then what happens? Like, we're going backwards then, that's like 1980. Here's my phone number only. And then if you're like, yeah, here's my social, now you're stuck in like 2018. Like, you need to get with it because we're a little past it now. It's time to evolve. The internet is young. And Eric Schmidt, the co-founder of Google, or chairman, excuse me, ex-chairman of Google, has a book, and I got a video. It's on point, and it's what you have to put on the front of your forehead.
The future of people, nations, and business. Quote, identity will be the most valuable commodity.
You catch that? Identity is the most valuable commodity for citizens. See, that's where we're at. How do you share information? That information this is your identity. And you can control that narrative. If someone's looking for you in 20 years, and they probably still got you in their contacts, they're like, yeah, of course his phone number is gonna be different. But if you had a Micah, they would be like, oh, I can find him on Micah. And if you're not there, they'd be like, he don't want to be found. They know you bought into it. So it's time for that. At home, and I'm not there. Say, he must have moved. They could write me a letter and they know it will forward. Or they'll say, I wonder, how long ago, if he, it hasn't moved that long ago, maybe the neighbors know and start talking to other people. So that's part of having that network, right? Where they have to jump through hoops to find you. But if it's a simple situation of moving, everyone knows when you move, you forward your address. And people know how to get a hold of you. They contact the post office. Well, Micah, having a Micah is like your post office, because you're on different social networks. These are your like mini homes, your vacation homes, right? And then you have that main home. And you have to decorate that, which gets into making it beautiful and sharing. So let's take a look at QRPOP video so you can get an idea of what that is. All right. Very short, very simple. We'll walk through that. Here you go. It's so simple that people think, seriously, it's crazy. We've been holding back some things, patents getting in order and stuff like that, but it's so simple. Now, if you just go to QRPOP.net, you can get everything that you need. You just click there and scroll, and then look, shop now. It's $19.99 now. $99.99. It's our pricing. It may go above that. I'm not trying to do that, but that's what we're looking at, 99. Because it's a one-time fee. That's it. It's one time. It's just buying, but you can continue to use it and update it online. I'm going to show you that right now. Well, not right now, but in about 90 seconds, you can update it online easily. Okay. One time. That's it. Remember what I showed you before? That other company? It was $49.95. I got to show you this because you think I'm joking. I am not joking. I am not joking. And there's others, okay? I'm not there. I'm not joking. Look. They don't have the QR code they don't, because we have bad opinions. Everyone knows how to do it. When you buy your you tell us what URL you want to put, where you want to send it, and it's ready to go. You click shop now, it takes you out to buy, and like boom. You can even get your friends and family 20% discount if you sign up as with an account here. It'll say along the way. Let's see right there. No, because it recognized me, but right around here, it'll say like create. You tap that, you create an account, and then you get 20% off. And if you share, your friends get 20% off. Excuse me, you get a 20% referral paid to you, and your friends get 20% discount. So that's just sensible, right? Like, you believe this is cool and hot, make some money, man. Share. But in order to do that, you have to buy it first. And it's only $19.99. Like, with the QR code. That, come on. Wonder what you get all this short link maker with analytics, contact card maker, and so much. I'm not even going to go through this so much. We don't have time for all that right now, but it's so much, and it's like, why would you not do this? I don't know. Guess what? More importantly, why would you not use QRPOP? Unless you just, I can dig it. But if you got nothing against that, fine. If you use a pop socket, you can put it on the back of your pop socket. Very versatile. All right. So let's go. I'm going to show you. This. Sorry. It's going to get loud. I'm taking off my phone. See, this is real here. Taking off the covers off. Okay. All right. So where was I? I just had a fight with the cover. All right, I'm going to show you another thing in a minute, but let me just scroll through. So you tap on these bars and they open and close. They're called accordions. You share. It talks a little bit about here, and you can come back to QRPOP anytime and log into your account if you want to see, your referrals and payment due, stuff like that. This here talks about how to scan NFC tag, QR code. Well, it does give you some how-to, which is cool. It gives you some perspective, and also we'll go over the market. So if you go, I don't know about that. Well, the state of 2020, and then you can see here, look at that growth. Growing. It's just, and it's everywhere. I'm at the checkout line. I saw it like on the digital signage. It just kept going, QR code. I look around, print here, QR code. I'm like, oh my goodness, tattoo it to my forehead. Why don't you? But it's time. So I didn't, what I didn't see? I didn't see NFC, except for payment. So see, that's why it's important to have both, because clearly NFC isn't going anywhere, and it's going to be in the phone. So, and they want it for payment. So QRPOP just makes sense. And you can read about, if you think it makes sense or not there. That's why we provided those third-party articles. So that's how it will work. Once you go through the order process, we ask what URL do you want, and we put it in, it comes order. Now you go, oh, I want to change up, I don't want that URL. How do I do that? Well, this is going to be bringing us to the end of our presentation here. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's so fast, and then we can wrap it up unless there's any questions. So you tap on that blue man down here. I can't, yeah, the blue guy at the bottom, we call him Micah. Yeah, so we click on the Micah man, and here we go. We log in. It's going to log into demo. Let's go to demo. Okay, so any contact app, you click on the Micah man and it logs in. Once you log in, this is the Samsung Note phone, how it looks. Note 10. I had to zoom in a little bit. You won't have to do this on the new My Contact app, but this is all free. So you can build a contact card there. You can see your contacts here. Referrals. Those referrals are for referrals that clicked on your Micah. User guide, getting started. Those are all My Contact app stuff, Micah stuff. Your settings, you want to go in there and just update your settings. Trust me, it updates the time zone. So do yourself a favor and just update it, because you're gonna see a QRPOP short link maker, which is where we're gonna go. It has timestamps for how many things happen, stuff like that. So the timestamp will be whatever the settings is. Okay, whatever the time zone is in the settings. So for those that got confused a little bit because I went on a little tangent, let me back up and say you log in. This is your screen. Zoom in, go to QRPOP short link maker, and you're going to see this when you log in. There'll be one there sitting there. It'll just be there, right? And if you click on the black square, that will actually give you your QR code. See, remember I told you you'll get the QR code? Boom, so now you can use it anywhere. All right, and if you click on the blue, that will copy the link. If you click on the green, you will be able to edit it, and you just change the destination link. Simply right here, you change that link. So when you get your QRPOP, it'll have a link already in there. tzens.com. That's a customer of mine. If you like tea, get it. Oh, it's nice. Brewed. They got the fresh tea. It's herbal, everything. Anyway, sorry. So change the destination link, and that's the link. And when someone, that's it. So I'm going to show you my QRPOP, how it works. And here it is. Oh, I got to clean my screen. This is my screen. I got it dirty on purpose because I want you to see. It's dirty, but guess what? I clean it with soap and water. I dip this in and clean it. Now this is a regular NFC tag. This is the QRPOP, which is NFC and QR code. Now QR codes can be a little funky because sometimes you need like lighting. It's got to be focused, things of that nature. If it's not, it won't work. So you can see that dilemma. That's why we have the phone number also. So it can be like, oh, I don't want to fiddle with that. Hey, just call me. Because that's what's going to default to. See, it's going to default to, hey, just call me. All right. But now you missed out. You missed out. So what happens, they call you, they save you in their phone. And when you tell them, hey, save my digital business card, save my Mica, add me, they're going to be like, yeah, okay. They may not do it because they already have you in their phone. They don't see the value and you miss that leverage. If they don't have your information at all and you send them this right away, then they'll do it. You get what I'm saying? All right. So you don't have to tap it. You can just hold it. Oh, you know what? Guess what? See, NFC's off. That was not planned. So I'm going to just hold it near. Haha, you heard that? But now I'm going to tap it. The tapping people just like, and voila. Voila. So let's close that down. I'll show you now the QR code. See, it's got to focus. Now we just revamped the design. So we have a few hundred of the first batch and we got a few hundred of the second batch. And we're going to do a little product research and see what is what so we can appreciate your feedback. But you just saw what happened, right? So simple, so simple. Now I'm going to change my screen share because I'm going to update my QRPOP, but I don't want to expose too much. So I'm log out of there, log into mine. Now this is real time. I'm logging out, logging in. So I'm talking this process through out loud so that you can check the time, right? Oh, I had that thing in my hand. All right. So I will share this part here. Why not? Here we go. So right here, you see that tag? So I know my QRPOP on my phone. That's it. And that's where it goes. That's the destination link. And you see that long link there in Spotify? That's my son. That long link, we condense to a short link, QRPOP short link maker. And here, number of clicks opens. You can see that, right? And create it. So that's what I meant. That settings, that create it would be all off. So I'm going to go and change it so you all know that I am not playing around here, man. This is so simple. Let's put in, we're going to send it to, I don't know. I should have thought about it already, huh? I know. I will send it to this. So depending where I'm going, maybe I'm going to an event for real estate and I want to share my mother. She's a real estate broker, and I want to share her information. Like, I don't really, because what I'll do a lot of times is be like, oh yeah, my mom's in real estate. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, let me, give you her number, and I open up her Micah, and I go ahead and type their information in, and it's done. Now I'm talking and typing, so it's throwing me off a little bit. But you see there, I just changed it, right? So now let's go back to the QR code. All right. It's definitely not that long. I was just talking and typing. Thumbs. Look at that. Yes, it did just change. See, you are seeing it. And I would just do that and be like, oh yeah, what's your name and number? Sure. And send them her information. So I would do that on my phone, no problem, for this time. And then if someone wanted my information, I would give my phone number because I have a social contact card. Now, I want you to see I'm also going to tap it. So right here. Yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. It caught the bottom one. So let's see, I have the two. I only changed one. So there we go. Voila. That is, come on now. Tell me that's not cool. Everyone can do that. You don't need to have an NFC phone. And Micah is so cool. You can put this got all right here. Everything that you need. New listings. All right here. And if you don't want Micah, you can take this widget and you can put it into the conversation. Now, how does she share? She has a QRPOP on her phone, and she has the social contact card. That's how she shares. My question to you is, how do you share? How do you share your contact information? And are you ready to admit that it's time to put this conversation right on the front of your frontal lobe? Because this contacts are the future, but not just contacts with the Micah, because people will have their contacts and they're going to need to the owner. Micah can have everything and they can update your latest Micah. Like, they don't need to download the same digital business card. I don't think that's viable. Really, you're going to lose some people. But if they can do it this way, they're going to save you to their contacts, and they can just simply go to their contacts and look at your Micah. That's it. They're gonna go there and they're gonna be like, oh, that's it. That's their Micah. Let's see. Carmen. Oh, I wonder what she's doing. Let me go to her website. Boom. Done. So it's so sensible that more people should be doing it. And it makes sense to have like flavor. Look at some of these contacts are flavor. That's good. You want to stand out. You do not want to be down here. There's no flavor. See that? None. None. Now I'm going to show you one last thing, and then we're going to be done for the day. I appreciate everyone's time. Where is it? Where is it? I believe that's it. Yeah. So let me show you somewhat a little bit of my contact cards. There's something special. Did you see my image just change? And look at that QR code. See the note. They have the contact set for. They know people need to share their contacts. Want to share their contacts? QR code symbol. A lot of people probably haven't even gone through the phone to know this exists. And look at that face moving. What if you're a contractor and you can be hammering away, right? You have a contact image that's hammering. That's taking control. You're a realtor and you have your contact image like a couple moving in and then smiling, leaving out or something. Or you flash 5-star review. Like, this is your opportunity. And last but not least, when we're moving into the future of cars that drive themselves, how do you think they're going to get there? How are they going to know where to go? They're going to connect to your contacts, and then they're going to go. You're going to be like, take me to John Smith's house, and they'll go because they'll have it in your phone. It's got to connect all through the contacts, so it has it online, and it'll ask you like, "Is this the right one?" And you'll be like, "Yeah." Well, it'll have it online and sync up your phone. Everything's going to be talking, and it's all going to be using URLs. All right, and that's the QRPOP will help you share any URL in the world instantly, QR code or NFC. The social contact card number will allow you to share anything through the phone. A programmable reply, press 2 to get this, and it'll text you, or automatic reply. People can leave their name, number, they can forward to you. These are optional things that you set. This is the future. This is my contact app, my internet contact address. I believe show love first, one by one, always return kindness. That's our loyalty. My name's Christopher Collins. Give me a call right there. It's my social contact card number. You can see it as a demo. You can contact me there, or you can contact support@mycontactapp.net if you have any questions. I suggest you sign up, watch the tutorials, watch the videos. When you sign up, they're all right there. And you're going to have to take steps. Things are not just going to happen for you. The big companies, if you wait for them, by the time you get there and decide you want to take control of it, they would have already taken control of it. Now you got to try and fight to take it back. All right. And by that, if you have any questions, reach out, give me a call. You can make a short link too with different URLs. So you can have clickforinfo.com, your stuff. It's a pretty nice system. And I hope to be able to help you. And that will give you what you need. Watch the videos. All right. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Thank you. You have a blessed day. And everyone knows they still want to call a brother, right? All right. Take care, everyone.